everyone, it's Gretchen from the Hotchkiss Library of Sharon, and this is March 2024 Book Buzz Fiction. These are the books that are already available on the shelves for you in early March that we're excited about here at the library. So they're here ready for you. Come on in and check one out. I have a mystery, a thriller, and a bunch of other novels for you. So let's start off with the mystery. We have Cara Black's Murder at La Villette, the latest in her series of Parisian mysteries with the female detective Amy Leduc. This is her latest, and she was the best-selling author of 3 Hours in Paris, which was very popular. So check out Cara Black's Murder at La Villette. Next, we have a novel by Russell Banks, a beloved American author from neighboring New York State, American Spirits. This is actually a collection of stories that are interlocking. The characters and setting overlap, and it tells the tale of a small town in upstate New York. American Spirits by Russell Banks. He was or is known for many novels, including The Magic Kingdom, Cloud Splitter, Continental Drift, Family Life, and Searching for Survivors, as well as 3 works of nonfiction. Next, I have a book that's on my to-be-read list, The Extinction of Irina Ray by Jennifer Croft. Jennifer Croft is a really interesting person. This is her first novel, but she is the award-winning translator of some wonderful books, including Olga Tokarczuk's books, Flights and The Book of Jacob. And she's received the Booker Prize for translation and a number of other awards. And this novel is set in the primeval forest in Poland on the border of Belarus. And the setting of the book is the home of Irina Ray, who's a translator, much like the author of the book. And she is working on gathering 8 translators to translate her magnum opus. And they all gather at her secluded forest home, and within a week or two, she mysteriously disappears. And this is the story of what happens after her disappearance. The Extinction of Irina Ray. This book has had a lot of early buzz and sounds fascinating. I love anything to do with translation, so I'm sure it has a lot to say about the art of translation and the power of translation. Next, we have the much anticipated novel by Xochitl Gonzalez, Anita Damonte Laughs Last. Gonzalez was the author of Olga Dies Dreaming, which is a very popular book a couple of years ago during the pandemic. And let me read to you here, this New York Times bestselling author delivers a mesmerizing novel about a first-generation Ivy League student who uncovers the genius work of a female artist decades after her suspicious death. So there was a rising young artist in New York in 1985 named Anita Damonte, who was found dead and then is largely forgotten until 1998, when a student rediscovers her, so to speak. So that's Anita Damonte Laughs Last by Xochitl Gonzalez. The next book, The Great Divide by Cristina Enriquez, is also on the top of my to-be-read list, along with the Jennifer Croft book. I don't know which one I'm going to read first. This is a fictional account of the building of the Panama Canal, really rescuing the unsung heroes, the surveyors who first mapped out where it would be built, and all the many laborers who were there. So if you enjoy The Panama Canal by David McCullough, the nonfiction tale, this may be an interesting companion to that. It will tell you all about the construction of the canal, casting light on the unsung people who lived, loved, and labored there. Very excited about that one. It's a book club pick for a number of national book clubs, and it's gotten a lot of advanced buzz as well. Next, we have a novel by the wonderful Helen Oyemi, who is a British writer who published a book called Gingerbread and a number of other works. She's very well known and loved by the critics. Parasol Against the Axe. And this is a novel in which the city of Prague actually assumes the role of a major protagonist in the book. A tale of competitive friendship, elastic storytelling, and the meddling influence of a city called Prague. It's very intriguing. She's a really interesting writer. It's an adventurous book, so if you're up for a challenge with a lot of illusions and interpretation, this may be the book for you. Parasol Against the Axe. What a fascinating title. It's worth reading just to find out what that actually refers to. Helen Oyeyemi. Next, we have Maurice Carlos Ruffin's new novel, The American Daughters. This is a look at, fictionalized look at Ruffin's ancestors, some of his female ancestors that he recently learned about, and they were actually involved spying for the Union in New Orleans leading up to the Civil War and during the Civil War. So they were spies, but they were often slaves themselves or free Black people in New Orleans at the time. The American Daughters. It has also had some wonderful early buzz, a starred review in Publishers Weekly. Robert Jones Jr., the wonderful writer who wrote a book called The Prophets, praised it. Imani Perry and Lauren Wilkinson, all of whom have written about this era. So I think this should be an interesting novel to look at. The American Daughters. Now we have a thriller that some people on the staff are very excited about by Lisa Unger, who was well known for her book Secluded Cabin, Sleep 6. And this is the new couple in 5B, about a couple who inherits an apartment in New York City. And it turns out that the apartment holds some secrets of its own, a spine-tingling past this apartment has. So if you want to stay up late for a little bit of a scary tale in New York, this is for you. The New Couple in 5B by Lisa Unger in our fiction shelves. And last but not least, we have a book by one of our neighbors over in the Hudson Valley, Adele Waldman, Help Wanted. If you read the New York Times, you may have seen a really interesting opinion piece early this week that she wrote about, it was about her, she didn't write it, sorry, and about the workers who toil in the big box stores who aren't given enough hours to make a living. So they have to hold down 2 or 3 jobs in different places. And this book is about a group of people who meet in a big box store in upstate New York, trying to piece together the means to support their lives and their families. Adele Waldman is a novelist who lives in the Hudson Valley, and she worked at a Target in the Hudson Valley to do research for this book. So the piece in the Times was talking about wondering if it would get the same kind of backlash that other books get when people research a certain type of life to use in their art, but don't actually end up having that as their means of support, their financial lifeline. So the book has been praised, and she's a really good writer. She's had a previous novel, and she will be at our book signing this summer. So that's exciting as well. So that's what I have for you for fiction. Take care, everyone. See you soon at the library. Bye-bye.